Good day and welcome to another edition of Outside of Genie, where we will be looking and doing a preview of today's racing at Turffontein Standside, the 14th of November. I'm really looking forward to this card. There's lots of quality racing and definitely we will have a feast of races today. Before we start, just one or two things I want to touch on for the persons who are watching this video the first time. What Outside of Genie does is we do we make a form analysis of each race, and then we provide you with outsiders that you can add into your selections that you like, and whatever play you prefer. And hopefully, if those outsiders do arrive, you will then be getting the bigger payout, standing in a payout queue, collecting your money, laughing and thanking Outsider Genie. The way we do it, we give you 3 selections per race. The first selection is normally our outright selection. That is the horse that we think can be win the race, and that is at any price. It doesn't have to be the favorite. I have given outsider given as Genie has given horses as big as 53 to 1, 40 to 1 that has actually won, or I've some of our horses have placed paying 9, 10 rand a place. Then I give you my 2 outsider selections. Those are the 2 horses that I think of from the outsiders who's got the best chance of either running a place or winning the race. Um, then also we have a service available which you can subscribe to every day. You can receive our race by race selection, pick sixes, PAs, and we give not expensive pick six and PAs. You can use those pick sixes and PAs as you see, or as is, or you can add on or use some of that numbers in your own selections. We give trifectas, quartets, suggested trifectas, quartets. Same again, you can use it as is or add on or use some of those numbers. We also give you a daily, 2 daily value bets. And I can say to you, I think my strike rate on those either is about 60%, either winning or place. And as I said, some of our value bets really are a good value for money. Sometimes they pay a lot of money, even if they just run a place. Then we give you the best bet of the day. Now, I don't bother to give you 8 to 10, or, I mean, like a Turffontein today, there's a 3 to 10. I mean, you can find that yourself. You really don't need outside the Genie for that. But I give you value based bets. Sometimes they come in, sometimes they don't. But they come in more often than they don't. And I have recently at the Vaal last Monday, I gave you on an opening betting, this horse was 7 to 1. Big City Girl Race 1 was my best bet of the day. Now, I can tell you now, you won't find many punters in South Africa that can give you a 7 to 1 best bet of the day. That is for sure. So, for our services, currently we have a special offer now, 250 till the end of November. Then I include a video that I've made, how to read a computer form. A lot of people are not sure how to read a computer form. And in my eyes, that's the best tool you can ever use to find winners, because you can really study form. And that is the only way to find winners. Then, if you want to go, if you've got a little more money to contribute, you can take our special from now till the end of December for 500 Rand, where our normal package is 500 Rand. And then I include the video about how to read a computer form. But I've also got a second video, punt to win, not punt to lose, because most of us punt to lose. I'm going to give you valuable information in that video, punt to win. And I've already got feedback from people that has already watched the video. They said to me, wow, there's things that I never thought of. And actually, they are now starting to win instead of starting, they've stopped losing and they're starting to win just by applying some of the things that I've mentioned in that video, in that video. So it's really value for money. So, but if you don't want to subscribe and you just want the 2 videos, you can get them both. They're 100 Rand each, or you can get them for 170 Rand for both of them, which I would suggest. This is 175 Rand, which you're going to lose on a horse anyway. So rather take 175 Rand, invest in these 2 videos, and I can assure you that the money that you're going to save on losing bets is going to be far more than 175 Rand that you spent on that videos. So let's kick off with race 1 on Turffontein today, 12:30, maiden plate 1160. Let's have a look at the betting. Here we have a strong favorite, C. Venison 7-10, 7-2 Desert Boy, Maratec 14-1, Proficient 14-1, 15-1 Quest for Good, 16-1 Supreme Dance, and 20-1 and Longer the Best, Longer the Rest. It's not often that I bet 72 bar 2 or 72 the field bar 2. That is very strong odds. So let's have a look, and here let's go down to number 12, which is the favorite. And yeah, this horse debuted at Turffontein over the 1160 today's distance, and the horse came flying at the end with a 400 to finish 22.5, and that was only the second fastest. I wonder who was the fastest. That would be interesting to see. But really, the horse took time to find his feet, but when he did, he really flew, and I think today he'll be a lot more wiser, knowing what to do. Then our outsider selections in this race is number 5, which is Marrakesh. Marrakesh has run a couple of places, and he's always there and thereabouts. But yeah, looking at this time of him 400 to finish, I think if that favorite produces his last run, Marrakesh will find it hard to beat. Then also number 6, Proficient. I also fancy a little bit for the places. Now was in that same race as the favorite, never went on. But again, Muzi Yeni is going to try on this horse, a nice horse to put into your quartet. Also chuck in number 7, Sergeant York, in your back end of your quartets. This horse also runs in different. It's a nicely bred captain of L by National Emblem Mare, nicely bred, has run a place or two, so do include. Then we move on to, and yes, sorry, here's number 10, Desert Boy. I think this could be the biggest opposition to number 12. This is a very nicely bred, a Vaal by Elusive Quality mare. I know that that mare has thrown some winners, and last time out, this horse tried to win start to finish, but today from draw 13, I think they might elect to go and sit third or fifth, or just get the horse in. Okay, but no, sorry, it's not around the bend. Sorry, I do apologize. It's down the straight. So, yeah, maybe, this horse are going to try and get to go start or finish. I don't know, but it has a nice debut, although the 400 to finish was much slower than number 12. But I think a very interesting race, and should be fought out by 10 and 12 with those other horses that I've mentioned filling the places. So let's move on to race number 2, which is also a maiden plate over 1160, fillies and mares. Let's have a look at the betting, where we have another very strong favorite. That favorite being number 3, number 8, Florentine, 3-10, 10-1 the field. First timers say win 10-1, 16-1 Bella Black, Pink Post Cosmos, first timer 16-1, 25-1, another first timer Cloris, and then 28-1 and Longer the field. Well, last time when this horse ran, number 8, Florentine, I did recommend it because that Franny, the mare, was quite fast herself. But Florentine really was lost. He took a long time to get going. But in the end, he ran at 21.9. That is exceptionally good for a horse to finish 21.9, 400 to finish. It's not often that you see that already. If a horse finishes at under 23 seconds, like 22 something, that already is good. But this was really good. Yeah, so I think Florentine today, if the Canon Murray can just get a horse into the race early, sits there, and I don't think they're going to catch this horse over the last 400 meters. Please note number 9 is scratched. Let's look for outsiders in this race, outsider combinations. Number 5, You Deserve It. Pierre Stradom on board, the master. Oh, what a jockey, this man. I've been following him his whole career. What a man. On a horse, hard to beat. You Deserve It did place his 2 runs back. Last time behind past the steers, no finish, but that was over the 1400 meters. Today back over the shorter distance. In that the race that he ran third, he was the fastest 24.1. That is a good indication. Definitely a horse for the places. Then another outsider selection you can put in is number 6, Cape Diamond. Cape Diamond, coup de grace out of a dynasty mare. I think this horse is also going to improve, has already improved from his first to his second run, and I think will improve further. Definitely a one to include. Then number 4, Bella Black, also ran nicely, can also be involved in the finish. Don't leave out of your play. Then we have a number of first timers. Here's number 7, Cloris, Flower Alley, also very well bred. Um, was a reserve time last time, but now Craig Zaki on board. Watch out maybe for a Exacta 7 and 8. This horse is also nicely bred. Can also, I've got no idea how good he is. Then there's another, yeah, here's some other first timers. Here's a Pink Cosmos, a byword by Horse Chestnut Man. These bywords, they surprise me. There's some of them that can really run. Here's also a very nicely bred Philly Silvano out of a Victory Moon Me. Also a nice horse. Do include all the first timers in your play. Number 13, Space Race, I think is also one of those horses that can improve. So put in the back end of your quartets. So let's go to race number 3. Race number 3 is a maiden plate over 1600 meters. Let's have a look at the betting. Here the betting is as follows: Royal Wolf 12 to 10, 7 to 2, Court to Magic, Humble Tune 11 to 2, 9 to 1, the time is now. Shabar Abir 9 to 1, 14 to 1, Thunder Jet 18 to 1, and longer the rest. Yeah, also there's a lot of short price favorites today. Here the favorite again, Royal Wolf. I think Royal Wolf last time out was beaten by Quattro Pazzi with Stradom on board, the master, and then the master took that Quattro Pazzi and won a race again. As you can see already, 5 runners, 2 winners, of which was Quattro Pazzi that won again. Yeah, this horse is knocking on the door, and I think today might be his day. Hard, it's hard to find something to beat him. Just like look at some outsider selections that you might want to include. Number 10, Humble Tune, a noble tune by Mutafal Mayor. Gavin Arena on board, drawn 2. Ran on last time out 23.8, second fastest to 400. Then I said one pace. Now I don't know how can a horse run the second fastest 400 to finish and being one paced. It is just not possible. Also a well-bred mare. This Miss Diana was a good horse herself. Has thrown a few winners. And then here we have number 11, Shaka Bar, a Curari by Galileo Me, very extremely well bred, has had 2 nice races, now going to 1600 over for the first time. Last time I ran in a graduation, not in a maiden, against Catch 22, which has run in future races. So I think Shaka Bar can be a big danger to the favorite, definitely inclusion in all your bets. Then also horse that I also like a little bit is the time is now for Wyoming, Muzieni on board. That also improved last time, but was just like 5-6 lengths behind, but it's showing signs of coming to life. And I think the time is now also a horse that you need to include in all your play. Then we move on to a progress plate over 1600 meters, and here the betting is as follows. Cockney Pride 15 to 10, Pure State 17 to 10, Kingsley's Heart 14 to 1, Golden Peasant 9 to 1, and Whipping Boy 12 to 1, 25 to 1, Mazari, the Zemix 66 to 1, Scratch number 6, What You Are. Yes, here we have Cockney's Pride, the best handicap horse in the race, and this horse came back from a rest, took a few runs to find her feet, but last time out ran on strongly to dead heat with Sweet and Spice. But I think today again, ready to go in. Warren Kennedy on board, who won with him last time out. And I see they've got a good strike rate this piece in Warren. 8 runs, 4 wins. Wow, what a strike rate, 50%. And I do think Cockney Pride is going to be too strong for this field. This is really a good horse. And then number 3, Pure Straight, can be a biggest opposition. Also a nicely horse who won a small future in Cape Town in December. And then, came back and take time to find his feet. But I think today ready to run a huge race with Lyle Hewitson on board. And then I just think the other runners are just a little bit not a handicap, but I am scared of number 1, Golden Peasant. Another speed horse has run 2 races, but although if you have a look here, merit rating 107 and 87, it's 20. So there's 10, 10 is 7 kilograms. There's a Cottage Pride has advantage of 7 kilograms over Golden Peasant. So Golden Peasant might find it hard to turn that around. But I have seen that it happened in the past. So maybe a good thing for your pick 6 will be to kick off the horses 1, 2, and 3 in your pick 6. That should take you through. You should be safe. So let's move on to the next race, which is race number 5. It's another Pinnacle Stakes over 1400 meters. Let's have a look at the betting. Here we have number 1, Cirillo, 14-10, Running Brave, 4-1, Approach Control, 6-1, Zuave, 7-1, Frosters Gold, 8-1, Dandelad, 8-1, and 20-1, and better the rest. Yeah, and my eyes here also just like maybe a 2-horse race, maybe a 3-horse race if you can include it. But here we're going to have a race between number 1 and number 5. My preference is number 5. It's getting 7 kilograms from Cirillo. And Cirillo has course and distance, 2 runs, 2 wins. But giving 7 kilograms to a quality horse, I mean, it's a grade 1 winner, Running Brave. This man never gives up. And you can put her over 2,000, you can put her over 1,400 meters. She just wins. Look at this distance, course and distance, 6 runs, 2 wins, 2 seconds. Distance, 9 runs, 3 wins. And then she also wins over 1,600 meters. She wins over 1,400 meters. So I think today also Running Brave today will be hard to beat. And although I've got the utmost respect for Cirillo, so Cirillo also, you need to include both of them into your pick sixes. And then number 2, Zawaz, stayed behind now with Grand Maroon. This horse has also run against the best in the country, has already got 8 runs on his clock. If you can afford it, put it into your quartet. Maybe the 2 into your pick 6. If the first 2 horses fluff their lines, Zuavis will definitely be there. He will be running on at the end. You can take my word for that. So that is a nice conclusion. I do feel that the other horses are out on the weight. Maybe Soldier On can also be included. That is a bit of an outsider that you can include into your play. Approach Control is also a horse that has run against the best in the country, but I really think on this weight, the other 2 has got his beating. I can't see him beating a horse like Cirillo. So let's move on to race number 6, where we have another Gardena stake listed. This is 1,000 meters. Here is the betting. A very open race in my mind. Sing Forever, 11-2, True to Life, 13-2, Springs of Carmel, 13-2, Berenice, 13-2, Slalom Queen, 7-1, Anna Capri, 15-2, Miracle Flight, 9-2, Before the Dawn, 14-1, Sheer Talent, 14-1, 20-1, the rest. Yeah, this race, don't blink, you might miss it. This is going to be fast. I can tell you that now. There's a lot of speeds in this race. Number 1, Sing Forever, one of those horses that goes to the front and say, catch me if you can. But my selection in this race is the white horse called Anna Capri. Last time out, this got beaten by Before the Dawn, but now I have a weight advantage of the turnaround on Before the Dawn, and based on that, Before the Dawn is going to find it hard to beat her. I'm sure she's going to go to the front again, and it might just, with this weight of 54, they might battle to catch her. Another horse that I like is number 12, Slalom Queen, who has improved it, runs second to Anna Capri, and then after that, Beat Sweet Sensation, which is definitely not a donkey, by 2.25 lengths, has run against Mount Pleasant, Verenice. Again, also on a weight turnaround with Verenice, she must have the beating of Verenice. So in my mind, 11 and 12 today, in my mind, this race, huge runners. My other outsider selection is number 3. Up is number 4, Springs of Carmel. This horse has also run decent races, then ran behind Static Green, but has got a master on Pierce Stradom. And I think this horse, when the cameras are taken, will be involved. And as I said, Sing Forever, fast horse. She's gonna go like the Clappers, and it's gonna be a big deal. And here we have True to Life, and that is the thing with True to Life is if these other horses are gonna go too fast, True to Life is gonna run them down. So also not without a chance. Definitely a nice big race, lots of horses with chances, and I think I'm really looking forward to this race today. Then we move on to race number 7, which is the Victory Moon Stakes over 1,800 meters. Another quality race. Let's have a look at the betting. Victoria Page 22-10, Asterix 11-2, 7 Patriots 6-1, Dance Class 6-2, Tilbury 14-1, Christopher Robert 10-1, 14-1, and better the rest. Now here my selection is number 7 Patriots. I think 7 Patriots, after we came back of the COVID, the rest and so on, I think 7 Patriots is one of the horses that has shown the most improvement. And really, this jockey, 4 runs, 3 wins. I think 7 Patriots is just going to be too good for him in this field today. Last time out, he won with really authority, beating Christopher Robin, who's no donkey himself, by 4.25. I was amazed how easily he beat Christopher Robin. And I feel today, from a weight of 54, 7 Patriots, a huge runner in this field, also one of my value bets. Then outside of selection, I'm going to go for number 9, Christopher Robin. Definitely, Christopher Robin has been beaten. I mean, category 4 is in the same category as 7 Patriots. Also, one of the better horses the last that has improved tremendously. I think out of 6 runs, he's won 4 times now. So definitely not a donkey. And as I said, 7 Patriots, definitely. So Christopher Robin is on my definitely in one of my selections. Here we have 10 Victoria Page. Now Victoria Page is a 4-year-old filly, and yeah, she's favourite. But in my eyes, I mean, last time out she didn't run good against Hidogo Magic, and she didn't have a bad draw. So I find it hard to make a favourite. I don't say she cannot win, but I mean there was horses that was in front of her. I mean, like Asterix. You take Asterix was in front of her. It's 2 lengths. I'm carrying 53 and a half, and she was carrying also 53 and a half, but she was behind behind Asterix. But now, all right, you also now need that is now nearly a 6 kilogram advantage, so that would bring her closer. But definitely, it's not a definite winner. A horse, and then another horse I think will improve today also with this lightweight is Dance Class. Yeah, last time I fluffed the lines, bumped that start. So maybe give him another chance. And also, I haven't put it in my pick six because of the cost factor. But if you can pop in and you can afford it, pop in number 11 Snow Palace. The problem with Snow Palace is this horse goes to the front and you never know whether she's going to carry on or she's going to die or what's going to happen. But she has got so much ability that you have to include her for the odd chance that she might go to the front and I'm going to find it hard to catch. But I mean, if I look at the last run, 40 lengths behind, odd drop, really. And she's run some bad race, but that must have been the worst of the lot. But then again, you look here, 3.5 lengths behind, running brave. What a good, performance. So, but I just feel maybe the 1800 is too short for her. But if you are looking for a huge horse for an upset, Snow Palace might be the horse that you want to include in your pick sixes. So definitely there's a race, a lot of horses. And then also this horse, Green Ace. It's got no real form, but as Green Ace has run against the best in the country. I have included it in my pick six today, but I think it is at a huge price. Yeah, 20 to 1, but I did include it in my pick six. Also, Asterisk, I also included was Warren Kennedy. I see is now picking up the winners and catching slowly up with Lyle Hewitson. Looking forward to a nice deal between them for the next few months. Then we move to race number 8, where we have another short price favorite. Um, and here we have number 5, second base 9 to 10, Nebraska 11 to 10, major return 11 to Nebraska 11 to 2, major return 11 to 2, Apollo Robbins 11 to 1, 14 to 1, and longer the rest. So let's have a look at here. Yeah, we have here a short price favorite, and now again I might land up again with egg on my face, but guys, I think this too short on this horse. This horse won last time out and he won easily. He won in a 67. Now he's running in a 76. Copper Mountain, yes, Copper Mountain has came out and won. I don't say short second base cannot win. It is now going a full 1600 meters, but it is bred for that distance. So yes, it might win the race, but I don't think it's home Jerome. I do expect Nebraska to also run a bit, to run a forward race, was beaten by Christopher Robin. And as we see, Christopher Robin is not a donkey himself. So I definitely think the Brass can be, involved in the finish. So 4-year-old only had 4 runs, only coming back from a 245-day rest. It's the first time since the COVID. And, you might have improved and grow over that time. So you take the form as you see it. And then Apollo Robbins, I also feel that Apollo Robbins looks like one of those horses that's going to improve. It's not often that you find horses running 4 races, winning 2 of them. Last time out, won over the 2000. Now coming back over the shorter distance, but I do feel that Apollo Robbins might run a huge race today. Yeah. So that is my selections for the 8th race. So let's get to the 9th race, and we have a Feliz Amaze 84 handicap over 1600 meters. Let us have a look at the betting. Here we have a betting in a very open race, 4-1 the field, 4-1 afternoon tea, Castellano 92, Pretty Border 7-1, Quick Wit 7-1, Entan 7-1, Ideal Angel 10-1, Mama Quera 10-1, Comet Crystal 10-1, Pastel Zamor 12-1, 14-1 Encryption, and 20-1 and longer the rest. Yeah, I really battled to make a selection, but at the end of the day, my selection went to number 12 Entan, purely based on the fact that this horse is only carrying 52 and draw 1. And I think that will be a huge advantage. It was beaten by Pascal Zamor, but over the 14, 15 now, today over the 1600 meters, I think this horse will run a much better race behind. It's a very well-bred Captain Al over Jetmaster. If you're looking for breeding, you can't get better. And I do feel in time today, he's going to run a huge race. Then my other outsider selection, and it was between these 3 horses that I needed to make a selection, was Mama Quera. Lyle Hewton on board today. I also feel that horse has got ability, has run in this kind of field, was beaten by Encryption now with the weight turnaround, can beat Encryption. I'm not sure, just ran out of steam behind Elusive Forwards last time, was torn a little wide. I don't know if that was the problem, but I think Mama Queda is going to run a huge race. And then my other horse that I also fancied, as I said, I battled to make the selection between these 3 horses. Comet Crystal, but drawn a little bit wide. But this horse also, I think, yeah, one of these days he's going to stay in front. He always goes to the front. But I think Comet Crystal also needed to be included in all your play. Yes, then we go back to the top where we have Castellano just went to the front, ran out of steam last time out. Maybe needed to run. Also need to include. I see Alec Reed has taken over some of the Zigorstad horses. He already won with one last week. Parade something that won at very short odds. Encryption also holds a filly that also runs her heart out. But as I say, can be there is a weight turnaround with Mama Quera. Then last time out, she ran behind Rouge Allure, and Rouge Allure ran second to a good filly last week. I just can't remember the name, but Rouge Allure definitely not a donkey herself. So Circle of Latitude did won a nice race a few runs ago, but since then, has run a little bit maybe under what is expected of her, but can pop up any time. So all in all, the last race, also a very open race. Afternoon tea also runs 3 rings, 2 rings. Have run against the best as a 3-year-old filly. I think she's also going to improve. Has run against some huge runners, Mr. MK's Pride, Invisible Love Bomb. Definitely in with a huge chance in this race. Pretty Border at one stage was going to, look like she's going to progress, but hasn't really trained on. But always, always a factor. Then a horse that I think today, I'm not sure about it, but I do think the way the horse won last time out, I think Ideal Angel is might be a horse that you want to follow for the future. So also that you need to include. So all in all, a very open race in the last race. Here we have Quick Wit, also coming back from a race, 3rd run after a race, can improve. That won his first race. In my eyes, any horse that wins its first race do have ability, so can improve. Here we have Pascal Zamor now. when Pascal Samore 1 year at 20-1, back into 14-1. That day I tipped her, but I think she might find the 1600 meters a little bit too far for her. So that brings us to the end of my preview, and I do hope that I could point you in the right direction and maybe a few winners. And as I always say, break a leg.